Hey everyone, welcome back to week 9 of the DC Sports Digest. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and give some suggestions of what I can do next time. So, with that said, let's just move on to DC Sports News. So the Nationals have a little bit of news. We got revealed what draft pick we'll have next year. They're picking 10th. There's some reason or something that's complicated. I don't exactly know how to explain it. There's some reason we would have had a higher pick in the first round, but there's some reason we're picking 10th, which still is not that terrible. That's still a good solid pick to have for next year's draft. The next rounds after that we'll have the pick we were really supposed to have, I guess. Then we got some players in whatever this Rule 5 draft is. I really just need to brush up on my baseball knowledge, but it's okay. And then the other really interesting thing was Juan Soto was traded from the Padres to the Yankees. So I thought that was just kind of interesting. Not a knock on Soto or anything. I just don't know if it's really going to work out in New York. There's just too many stars. Last year, they still had a really good team, I feel like, and they won similar amount of games to the Nationals. So maybe it will work out. Maybe I'll be surprised. Doesn't really matter too much to me, but good luck to Soto on his new team. The Wizards lost to the 76ers and Nets. 76ers, they only lost 2 by 5. The Brooklyn Nets, they lost 2 by 27 or something. So, yeah, still not really looking great, and their next couple matchups are not looking much more promising either. They have the 76ers again, the Pelicans, and then they have the Red Hot Pacers. They're an interesting team. They've just really succeeded in the in-season tournament. Halliburton has become a star, and I want to point out, among other teams, the Wizards could have picked him up in the 2020 draft, but we got Denny Avdia. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. He's been a solid player, but we missed out on Halliburton, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We can see what he's been doing with the Pacers. They've been undefeated in the in-season tournament. Now they face the Lakers in the in-season tournament final. And yeah, it's just been a great story, and I don't see us winning that game either, just because they're just on a tear right now. It's kind of just nice to see it's a new team, you know. I always like to see the new teams who just haven't been doing too well, and they're just now doing a lot better. Or at least not, they haven't been that good recently. I guess not since Paul George was on their team 10 years ago or whatever. But enough rambling about the Pacers. This is the Wizards, but there's not really much to talk about. Yeah, I think that's all. See if they can actually get a win next week. On to the Capitals. They are also on a losing streak. Not as big as the Wizards, though. They lost to the Golden Knights, and the Coyotes, they lost 6-0, which was they scored all those goals in the first period. So I don't really know what happened. Those were later games. And then they lost to the Stars as well, who they were actually winning at one point, but they did not. So they hopefully can stop the losing streak, because they were our best team at this point. They still probably are, but they need to get it together. I still think they're probably a first round exit, but that's better than most of the other teams we have right now. First round exit in the playoffs. Just to see the playoffs would be nice. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. They had the Rangers tonight, and then the Blackhawks, and I get to see Connor Bedard, and I've heard he's doing really well. Maybe I'll actually tune into that game and just see how he's who this kid really is. Yeah, I'd be curious to see that. But from what I've seen and heard, he's been doing pretty well. Then we have the Flyers coming up after that. And that's all there is for next week for the Capitals. And moving on to the Commanders, they played about as expected, losing to the Dolphins 45-15. Again, allowing so many explosive plays. Tyreek Hill had 2 really huge touchdowns. And I really don't know what we expected. That was about what we expected. And we're finally at the bye week, which is great. And then the other recent news is Commanders business operations moved to the University of Maryland. So that's I guess good. Maybe it means that's gonna be where we play when we're waiting for our new stadium. Yeah, I'm not really sure also why they would do that. But yeah. And then we had the 4th pick in the draft now because obviously the Bears won last week on Monday Night Football, and the Cardinals and Patriots both won. The Cardinals won last week. They're on bye this week with us. And the Patriots just won Thursday Night Football against the Steelers. It shows how bad the Steelers are. Even we beat the Patriots. But yeah, they're both 3-10, and we're at 4-9. So we're pretty close to that second pick. But let's say we just keep the 4th pick, because I feel like that's the most realistic thing at this point. Well, I think we should do the fourth pick. At some point, I do want to do a mock draft. At some like when it gets closer, like all the picks and actually like a lot of research and stuff. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, I'm talking about the draft in December. But I think what we should do with the fourth pick is I don't think we should get a quarterback. Well, there are definitely a few good quarterbacks in this draft. I think we have our guy in Sam Howell. And if not, I'm sure there's going to be other great quarterback drafts coming up at some point. But I think we have our guy in Sam Howell. I don't think we need a quarterback. But with our fourth pick, I would say if Marvin Harrison's there, we got to pick him up. He's like a generational talent. They're saying he could be as good as Megatron. So that would be just amazing to have on our team. But if not, I would definitely pick up Olu Fashanu or Joe Alt, two offensive tackles, because we just need another player like Trent Williams type generational offensive line. So that would be great to have. I think one of them will at least be there. One of those three should be there. So I feel like I hope the new general management group will not mess up this draft. And I feel like most picks here in this spot could be pretty solid. So I'm just hoping for a pretty solid pick, and then for them to make an impact. And then we'll have, like I said, I'll do another mock draft in the future, see if we can get something else in later rounds as well. The draft could be really big for us, and also maybe free agency as well, because we have a lot of cap space. So yeah, this is going to be a crucial offseason. And I think if we have a good offseason here, we could be on starting the road to building something great in Washington. But it will take a couple years, but it will be a great start if we play our cards correctly this offseason. And I think that's really all the news I have right now. So thank you guys for watching. Again, streams are just kind of hard to do at this point, but I'll try my best. Yeah, I think that's all. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have any more suggestions on this, let me know. Let me know if how I can improve. And yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.